First of all, I have to buy a summer suit at some point. This is not the right suit for today. I am honored again this year to be introducing the newest inductees into the Cortland C Club Hall of Fame. And we have another really special class this year, covers almost 50 years of Cortland history, and a group that has all gone on, more importantly, to make a difference in people's lives as coaches, teachers, and administrators. There's a common theme, even over 50 years, when you look at what all of these people have done, and what seems to be almost every year with the people we bring in into this Hall of Fame. It's a special group. I'm going to start today. Our first inductee is Clarence Mepham, class of 1955. Clarence was a student in an era at Cortland when it was very common to see people playing more than one sport. He took this to the extreme. He played 3 sports, so he kept busy all school year with being a standout defender on the soccer team, played basketball, was also a middle distance runner and a record setter here in track and field. He brought that same devotion to more than a 30-year teaching and coaching career here in the city of Cortland and then later on in Brighton. One of the quotes from one of his recommendation letters came from Ted Woods, one of his classmates here, and Hall of Famer, former president of the C Club. And he said, "Clarence, using the valuable lessons learned at Cortland State and on the job," yes, he used Cortland State, by the way, Mike. Mike likes Cortland State, I think. Clarence, using the valuable lessons learned at Cortland State and on the job, provided outstanding professional guidance and advice affecting many student lives. Due to his work ethic, he served as an excellent role model for his students and fellow staff. I think that sums it up pretty well. So at this time, I'd like to present to you for induction into the SUNY Cortland C Club Hall of Fame, Clarence Mepham, class of 1955.
Oh boy. When he said decades, he meant it. I just want to make sure that I thank the people, excuse me, that allow me to be up here tonight. And starting with Paul Fardy, who made the nomination years ago. I knew him. He claims that I ruined his soccer career, but Prof. Holloway used to call me up on the phone when I was teaching down here, and "You got any time to come up and teach these guys how to play defense?" So, Ron Zorn for his recommendation, Shirley Bowman for her recommendation, and the best director I ever worked for, Ted Woods. He was the one, after I played freshman basketball and freshman soccer, I was kind of tired. So he gave me 3 or 4 days, and then he came after me and said, "Come on out for the track team." And I told him, "These Long Island guys got better times than I do." He says, "Don't worry about it." And of course, you know the rest is history. At this time, I'd like to introduce my family, my wife, Helgi, who is 1957 graduate in physical education from Cortland State. My oldest son, Dennis, is not here. He had other things going on. He was an All-American at Bowling Green. It's kind of nice to have 2 in the family. And he also played 10 years of pro ball. In 1985, was considered one of the best defenders in the United States. William, who played 4 years at Boston U with his wife Margaret, are here, and 2 of my grandchildren, Sarah and Joseph. And Joseph is the youngest of our 13 grandchildren. And I would like to introduce my oldest daughter, Catherine. She came from Plymouth, Mass. And Lisa, my youngest daughter, and her husband, Chris. And I would like to introduce Michael, who is our oldest grandchild, and his fiancée, Randy Stern. What Cortland meant to me was I played ball in high school, and that's all I wanted to do. It beat the heck out of getting up at 5 in the morning and milking cows on the farm. And at 6:15, coming in, grabbing a bite to eat, changing clothes, and run 300 yards down on a long driveway to catch the bus to school. My freshman, and some of you are going to love this, the coaches in my high school were from Ithaca. And they recommended that I come to Cortland, believe it or not. And I did. And I just played ball my freshman and sophomore year. But I had the privilege of going to Utica through Thomas R. Proctor High School in my student teaching. And that's where I learned that I wanted to be a teacher. I did not want to be an administrator. And to you administrators, I'm very proud of you, because I did not want to sit behind a desk. I wanted a hands-on, and that's what I did. And through all the years of all the instructors and coaches I had here at Cortland, I used every little bit that they gave me. And I always thought, like Prof. Holloway, a great person who could diagnose anything. And it really sunk in that this is what I really wanted to do. And with that, I want to congratulate the other inductees and thank you for a lovely evening and have a good evening.